So my absolute favorite RC vehicle of 2024 was the Losi Promoto-MX, a 1/4 scale electric dirt bike. Pretty amazing vehicle. I have had motorcycles in the past. They were nothing compared to the Promoto-MX. I think it sold really well. It was a really big hit for Losi, and they just released this, the Losi Promoto-SM. So that is the Supermoto. So it is more of a street bias type bike. It sells for $550 here in the US. If you get it with the battery and charger, this little 50C battery, it is $600 with a little mini charger. So if you already got batteries, you can get that version, or if you need a battery, you can get this version. It does come with some really nice stuff. So here's the bike itself. Obviously, the radio is specific to this bike. It is the MS6X. So it has a 6-axis gyro within the bike to help it drive or ride, obviously. So basically, it keeps the bike upright by itself. You just control throttle and steering, and the bike will do the rest. Also comes with a nice little race start chalk here, so you can race these things. A lot of people actually race these things on like 8-scale tracks outdoors, so tons of fun. In the Supermoto, I'm sure people will start doing it on-road, or a mix of on-road and off-road. Manual here is pretty nice. I do recommend kind of going through this. It has some basics of how to get the thing up and going. The main thing to realize is when you turn it on, you gotta leave it not moving for about 5 seconds. It just calibrates all the gyros, everything, make sure it knows where up, down, and all that kind of stuff is. And then when you're ready to go, you basically have to turn on this flywheel. So that takes about a minute or 30 seconds, I think, to turn on. So you turn that thing on when you want to go. You wait for it to keep spin up. And then once it's fully spun up, you can just go ahead and drive the motorcycle. So pretty nice. It works extremely well. So I do have the MX, amazing technology. I was shocked at how good it is. I am a bike enthusiast, more on the street bike side, but I'm really looking forward to taking a look at this. But it's just shocking how good it is. Also comes with some stickers. You want to change the number plates and stuff, some numbers, and a little quick start guide on how to get that thing going. And then the other goodies it comes with, you do have some chain loops. So it does have a full-on chain. This is a legit full-scale motorcycle, chain, forks, shock, grippy, tires, everything on this is super scale. It looks super realistic. They did an amazing job making this thing look really realistic. So another little battery adapter, some 4 AA's for your radio, and then some basic tools. There's some spikes here to basically mount your chalk if you want to do race starts in dirt, a couple little wrenches here to basically take apart the forks, and then some shock tools here to take apart the shock. Here's the battery it comes with, 5,000 milliamp hour if you get that version, charger, and then some extra little inserts and tools and spacers and stuff for the shocks, chain adjusters, a little foam block if you want to take up, use a smaller battery within the tail section. So here's what the bike actually looks like. We'll take it off the stand. Also comes with this kind of like service stand. They did make some changes from the MX. So obviously the wheels are tires. They are slicks. They're very grippy, more on the soft side. Feel like, street compound type thing. They did redesign the brakes a little bit, put ball bearings in there. That was kind of one issue I noticed with the MX, that the brake could kind of get jammed. So they did retune that. It does have full-on forks, internal springs, damping. It is fully adjustable. It does have kind of like this front shock system. So if you smash into stuff, can absorb the front. Graphics and the bodywork is a little bit different. Smaller fender up here in the front, does have hand guards as well. The side wheelie bars, or I don't know what you call these, basically training wheels, are adjustable. They have been redesigned to allow more lean angles. So with a stickier and grippier on-road type vehicle, obviously this thing is going to lean a little bit more. The tires are a little bit smaller as well, so it'll tend to lean a little bit more. So it does have more lean angle. They did adjust, I believe, the axles as well, the foot pegs, the chain guard here as well. So it's all been modified to allow you to get way lower on the street when you're riding this thing around. So I think the tail section has been updated a little bit. It does fold up, so if you end up doing wheelies, tail section does not get destroyed. It does have a nice little exhaust here in the back, and then here's the battery compartment with a body clip. So rider looks about the same. I mean, the graphics and stuff are a little bit different. I like how they have fully licensed stuff. So they got FXR, they got Dunlop, they got KYB shocks. So this is nice and officially licensed stuff. So that's something I noticed with Losi that they've been doing the last few years, is really trying to be more scale, trying to get the official labels and companies, FMF, all that on board, and getting something that is like super cool. So yeah, there's a quick look at the Supermoto from Losi. Next thing we gotta do is charge up a battery and go drive it. Alright, there you got it. First run of the Promoto-SM from Losi. Ran a couple packs through it on a bunch of different surfaces, just trying different things. Dirt, it actually drives okay. You know, obviously not as quick as it would be with the actual dirt tires with these slicks, but it, you know, it didn't fall down or anything, so I was kind of shocked how good this thing is actually in dirt. Even a little grass is kind of slow, especially the long grass I was driving in, but it actually works a little bit as an all-terrain vehicle, and then definitely on pavement is where it's meant to grip and shine. I tried it flat ground, skate park. Yeah, no, it works pretty good. The one thing I would say, just like the promoto-mx, you do need a fair amount of space. The more space you have, the better, without hard objects preferably. I did crash into a ledge there in the skate park and did break this right, I don't know what you call it, training wheel or whatever it's called. So I do need to fix that, but you know, I basically sideswiped that thing at whatever, 25 miles an hour against a hard object. Yeah, it didn't survive, but I'll just have to order parts, no big deal. And that, no other breakages. Did slam the front end into stuff a bunch of times as well. So pretty fun little motorcycle. Different than the MX. At least I never drove the MX on pavement, so I didn't really know how to you know, or what to expect. But yeah, I would definitely tune the radio a bit, especially the MS6 MSD or MS66 rate, MSX6 rate. That will control how much it leans, and definitely a lot easier to drive with it dialed down. I have actually dialed down pretty low, like probably about a quarter or so. I also tried it high up, but then it tends to fall over on its side, you know, if you get down too low. It allows you to go really low, but then you can almost like pivot it off the ground with the training wheels. So especially if you're learning, I would dial it down, just have a lot of space. There is a learning curve for sure. It's not something that you can just immediately know how to drive. And motorcycles actually are quite different than cars. I think they're actually a little bit more complicated because the way they steer is a lot different than most people think. There's actually counter steering involved, and it does it all for you. But you know, to initiate a turn to the left, you actually have to steer the forks to the right, which will initiate lean, which will then cause the bike to lean to the left and then allow it to actually corner to the left. So a lot of that is not necessarily intuitive, but it does it all for you, so you don't really have to think about. You know, also under, you know, the forks have rake, under braking, they dive, you get a steeper rake, you shorten the wheelbase, you have less trail, so that actually also initiates more steering or makes it easier to turn. So there's a lot involved in actually how it actually drives. And then obviously when you're wheeling, there is no steering at all. And that's actually how I killed the foot peg there when I was trying a wheelie. Really not enough space, so I brought the front end up, but I couldn't turn to avoid the ledge, and then I clipped it. So yeah, a lot to be learned about motorcycles in general, but I'm a big motorcycle fan, and I'm more of a street bike guy than I am a dirt bike guy, so this is right up my alley. But anyways, gotta get this fixed up. Pretty fun little motorcycle overall. Just like the Promoto-MX, that was actually my favorite RC of the year last year because it was just so innovative, so different, and this is just a continuation of that in more of a street format. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Throw down a comment, or if you have any questions, throw them down below. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.